There's a deeply spiritual core, I think, to what you're doing. Even in an instrumental like that, I feel it. The song like "My God," though, is definitely not sidestepping around of that issue. Tell me about that one, and what kind of reactions do you get when you play that?
The reactions generally 99% positive.
Yeah.
I wrote that back in 2007, 2008, somewhere around there.
It was just around a presidential election.
Right, of course, right around a presidential election, and it pretty much speaks for itself as far as what I'm saying.
Right.
Kind of felt like at that point in time, which is not so much different nowadays as well. Any election, it seems like God is taken hostage, in a lot of ways. So that's kind of my reaction to that. My God is love. My God is peace. My God has nothing to do with the war in the Middle East. 'Cause my God's loved everyone that's ever came and went. And my God don't care who's our next president. 'Cause my God's in a newborn baby child. My God's in 100-year-old tree. My God is a wind through the valley. My God's in you. My God's in me. My God don't care about the color of your skin, the kind of car you drive, or financial shape you're in. 'Cause my God's not Republican or Democrat. It's so much bigger than all of that. My God is a newborn baby child. My God's in 100-year-old tree. My God is a wind through the valley. My God's in you. My God's in me. My God and yours are one and the same. It doesn't really matter if yours goes by a different name. 'Cause my God loves me and my God loves you. No, it don't stop with just a chosen few. My God's in a newborn baby child. My God's in 100-year-old tree. My God is a wind through the valley. My God's in you. My God's in me. My God's in you. God's in me.
There's a line in there about the tree, and I was trying to remember what year that song might have come out. But speaking of trees, so this song predates the tree. I'm gonna ask you about the tree. I mean, not many people have an actual tree fall into their house. I have that fear because I live in an old neighborhood.
Yeah.
How did you bounce back from that? And did that in any way inform what you are as artists or creative types?
Well, our friends helped us tremendously. I mean, right out of the gate. I mean, as soon as we landed at his mom's house and the shock, I'm the person that when there's an emergency, I'm together. And then when we get to where we're going, things settle down, I fall apart. And from that minute on, we had help coming out of the woodwork. And so, yeah, it was difficult to be homeless when you're a homebody because we were very, very tied to the place that we lived at. It's right across the street from his great uncle on a road called Barb Hollow Road, family property.
And everything we'd ever recorded musically had been recorded there. So there were, everything we'd ever written had pretty much been written there. So it was, and it was hard to give up in a lot of ways, but we're glad to, that it all worked out. But I guess it was a lot of blessings in disguise to realize how many friends, number one, we have that helped us, stepped up and helped us, and that was just a real blessing to, it's kind of like going to your own funeral, but you're still alive. You get to see how many people actually show up.
Like that. They did it. There was one benefit at Boyd's Jig and Reel where we had Mike McGill and Daniel Kimbrough and my friends Griffin and Millie and the Cavenders. I can't remember who I was there. Scott McMahon put it together, and I was sitting there listening to that, and I was like, man, you're eulogizing us right here.
Yeah.
I mean, I was so touched, but they would stand up there and talk about us like we were not there.
Well, you almost weren't.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe
you were in the house when the tree came.
There was a 70-foot red oak tree that was, probably 4 of these tables around. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it fell from a real high place up on the hill
full
above
head
the
of
house.
steam.
Jeff had broken ribs. He was recovering from broken ribs, and he was moving from the couch to the bed. It was a work day for me, but I happened to be home because the power was out at the place that I was teaching. It was a Wednesday night. Mm-hmm. And I was cooking something, and I got up to come to the living room. He got up to come to the living room to watch TV, and then bam, this tree falls. And he would have been killed if he'd been laying in the bed, and I would have been killed if I'd been in front of the stove.